A hidden gem. That's the goal of buying a home that is a bit outdated or needs some work. And that's what the mom and son duo of Melissa and Luke Brodt believed they had when they bought a late 60s Boise home from the original owner. They had no idea, though, how hidden their gem would be or what to do with it now. In a hot housing market, it can be hard to find something cool.
Yeah, that works a lot better than the other one, probably.
Sometimes it takes a little work.
Well, it's been really exciting to actually get hands-on and be tearing stuff out of the floor.
The Brodts bought this Boise Bench home about a month ago.
This is actually the first house that my family has the opportunity of buying, so.
The goal? To gut it, to clean it, and
build it all back up again.
About 3 weeks in, the cool part revealed itself.
There were
when one of the back bedrooms,
exterior shingles, I think, as a creative idea.
Kind of threw them a curveball.
And then they were painted this dark green. So for 3 weeks, I've been fretting about what might be under those shingles.
My mom started and she screamed from the other room and hollered. And I came in running, hoping there was not mold. And
can you believe that?
I was delightfully surprised there was not mold.
And I was surprised, shocked, confused. I wasn't sure what I was looking at until we continued to pull down the shingles. And found this wall of fame.
Well, it is a wall, just not necessarily of fame. I mean, no offense, Dave Revering, Jack Lazorko, and Dan Schnatzeder. But if you need a Tom Needham viewer, about 1,600 2.5 by 3.5 inch side-by-side baseball cards.
Got Eric King, Dave Meads, Darnell Coles.
With names and faces that certainly aren't very sentimental to Luke either.
I probably could say I watched half a baseball game in my entire life.
For every Greg Maddux or Kirk Gibson, there's a dozen Willie Hernandez's and Jim Ackers cornered by Bob Horner. At one point, probably worth some value on their team, just not on this wall.
I've looked up a few, haven't gotten lucky yet.
They obviously meant something to someone at some point, more than just Major League history.
I wonder if the kid put it up or the mom put it up.
This wall held some mystery.
To be fair, it was probably my mom's idea, but I was definitely not going to say no.
Meet Chris Nelson.
I was born in 1977. I lived there until, I think, late 90s.
So that's the wall.
Yep.
Oh, so wild.
When Chris was still a kid.
Yeah, 88 or 89 sounds about right. Just remember like going through them and sorting them.
He became obsessed with baseball.
And so I had just a ridiculous amount of baseball cards. I would say 10 or 15,000 ballpark. Like me and my buddies, that was the only thing we spent our money on. We just had all these cards and my mom was like, well, why don't we do this? And I was game. So we spent a weekend gluing baseball cards to the wall.
Just a weekend?
Yeah, it only took about a weekend, yeah. It was me and her and my dad all doing it.
And they were the focal point of his room for about 5 years. Longer than the bucolic careers of Louis Meadows and Bruce Fields. And then shingles.
And then shingles.
Why shingles?
I think at that point, my parents figured it was the easiest way to cover them up.
So that covers the who and the how. What about the what now?
I don't know. Guess we'll just have to figure that out.
I'd be open to ideas. I'm not sure what is next.
As for Chris, he's okay with the wall remaining just a memory, a recollection of his collection.
I've lived more than half my life without a wall covered with baseball cards.
And not a barrier to the Brodts making their own memories here.
Just kind of, whatever makes them happy to do with it.
Not that they need to decide right away.
Yeah, we have plenty of other work to be doing.
Chris's parents both passed away within the last couple of years, and the Brodts bought the house in an estate sale. And they are kind of running out of time because we spoke with Melissa today, and she tells us while they want to return the house to its mid-century glory days with a few modern upgrades, they kind of want to know what to do with this wall. It's been a couple of weeks since we met Melissa and Luke, and they still have not decided what to do with that wall. They tell us they'd be happy for someone to come in and take it, preserve it as it is. Otherwise, they're going to plan to tear it out and just replace it. Ideas? You know what to do. Text them to us.